Hello and welcome to Rathods IS Academy. Today in this session we are going to see current affairs of 2nd December 2024. So let's get started with our discussion, and there are more than 8 articles which are relevant from our examination point of view from our today's newspaper. So we are going to see each and every article. Okay, see this article guys. Trump threatens 100% tariffs on BRICS if dollar is undermined. What is this article is talking about? It is talking about tariff or taxes on whom? BRICS. So there are two important keywords. So the first one here is BRICS. So what is this BRICS? And next one is tariff. Who is imposing this? US is going to impose this under CAATSA. Okay, so why now US want to impose this tariff on this BRICS? Because recently what happened, 16th BRICS summit happened. So in this 16th BRICS summit, so these countries which are part of BRICS, they want to go for using of alternate payment system. They want to go for use alternate payment system, and even they want to use other currencies than dollar. Other than dollar, they want to use other currencies for the trade. So it is going to affect US the most because dollar is the currency of US, right? And because of this, it is going to affect dollar value. So because of this now, after Trump came into power, so he want to impose tariffs on this BRICS countries. So this is the present context why it is in news. Okay, now what are the dimensions you have to see? So you have to see about what is this BRICS, and can you tell me like how many members are there in this BRICS now? 10 members. So actually now today's newspaper it said about just 9 countries block. So you have to add Saudi Arabia there, okay? So actually this BRICS, it is a 10-member organization. So in our today's newspaper it said that it is 9-member, but not, it is 10-member. And here you have to see about what are the objectives of this BRICS. And you have to see what are the challenges of this BRICS, and you have to see what is this BRICS plus. Okay, what is this BRICS plus? It is 10-member organization now. Earlier it was only 5-member like Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Okay, so this is the thing, and here you have to see if US imposes tariff on these countries, what will be the impact? Tell me guys. So what will be the impact if US is imposing tariff on these countries? Tell me what will be the impact? Okay, it will be having import on exports. Next, that will lead to devaluation, or like there is decreasing of value of dollar. Okay, it is also will be having impact on foreign investment and as well as what you said? Okay, reserves, foreign reserves of a country. Okay, so these things that you can add. Okay, now let us see here. US President Trump threatened 100% tariffs on BRICS nations, and they gave just 9 names here: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, and other countries like Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, UAE, and you have to add Saudi Arabia. Okay, and this move, why US decided here is because these countries in the recent 16th BRICS summit, they said that they are going to seek some alternatives to dollar, which constitute 58% of global reserves. So dollar constitutes 58% of global reserves. If they are going for alternative currency, obviously it will be having impact on this dollar. So because of this, this is the decision taken by US. And even Russia made one statement like US is weaponizing the dollar. That means US is using dollar as a weapon for foreign trade. So because of this, it is becoming like a huge big power in the country. So because of this, we have to reduce that, so that we have to go for alternate currency rather than dollar, and as well as we have to go for new payment system. So these are the things which had been discussed in 16th BRICS summit that happened recently. Okay, now let us see some important points that you have to remember from this article. The first one here is Here, US is going to use this taxes or tariff as a tool to maintain US hegemony, to maintain US superiority. So actually US wants to maintain superiority. So because of this, now it is going to use this tariff as a tool. And next one here is, if any countries which they are using other currency, then what happen? It will be having some threat to this dollar dominance. So because of this, they want to come with a protectionist policy. It is one important aim of US trade policy now. It wants to maintain global hegemony. And next one here is BRICS economic aspirations. So now BRICS and BRICS Plus alliance, they are taking some efforts to establish an alternate currency for this dollar. That means they want to maintain greater economic autonomy. So if you see in this BRICS or this BRICS Plus, whether the US is a part, no. So if US is not a part of that, why they have to depend on the dollar? So this is the ideology they came up. They want to go for maintaining of greater economic autonomy, so that they want to go for another payment system, and as well as they want to go for using of other currency which is alternative to dollar. And next one here is dollar dominance. So despite the challenges posed by BRICS, US dollar status as one of the primary reserves. So more than 58% of global reserves is dollar. So even if this BRICS are boycotting that, even though we can't bring down the value of dollar. So this is the one important thing which is mainly said here. And next one here is, here Russia made a statement that here US is weaponizing dollar. So here, whenever any country which is rivalry to US, which is making this kind of statements, will US will stay silent? No. So this is the one tit for tat mechanism came up by this US. And next one here is, now these countries, they are also searching for alternatives. We don't know which currency they are going to use, like ruble or like rupee or any other country's currency. So again, there is one dilemma between this payment system that they want to go and use. And next one here is, because of this tariffs, it is also have impact on the global trade as well. There will be decreasing of exports, so that it will be also affecting economies of this BRICS and BRICS plus nations. And it will be also affecting trade relationship between the countries, and it will be also impacting the price of goods and services in the market, and also availability of goods in both US and as well as BRICS nations can be also get affected, because it is a tariff between US and as well as BRICS nations. And even there is also going to be the long-term economic trends that we have to take it into care. So this image which is talking about 16th BRICS Summit highlights. So first important thing that you have to focus is, they are focusing on cross-border payment system, and they want to use local currencies, and they want to remain trade barriers between these countries. So because of that point, so this is a step which is taken by US now. Okay, and after this, let us see these ones. And the 10 members, as I said, first one is initial BRICS: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. And 5 new added members are Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia, and UAE. And in our today's paper, they didn't mention about this Saudi Arabia. So you have to add that name. Yeah, see another article, guys. Bangladesh upheaval has not led to a spike in border interception, says data. So what is this article talking about? What can you see here in this image? Fences across India and Bangladesh border. So I want to ask you one question. So with which countries we are sharing directly land border? Which are those countries? Pakistan, Afghanistan, Nepal, China, Bhutan, Myanmar, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka direct not land boundary. Okay, we have maritime boundary with Sri Lanka. So with which country we are sharing the longest land border? Bangladesh. So what is happening in this Bangladesh, or what happened in Bangladesh in the recent past? Political instability. So who was the earlier prime minister who fled away from this Bangladesh? Sheikh Hasina. Now which government is present in Bangladesh? Interim government by Muhammad Yunus. Okay. So actually one important problem between India and Bangladesh is what? Illegal migrants. So what is the difference between migrants and refugees? Tell me. Okay, fear of life. Okay, they are crossing the border and they are entering into another country. What is illegal migrants then? Without permission, without the legal documents, they are entering into any country, or else they took permission but they are living in any country which is beyond that permission is called as illegal migrants. Okay, so from which subject we can see this article, guys? India-Bangladesh relations. It comes under international relations from GS paper 2. It comes under India and its neighborhood because we are sharing direct boundary with Bangladesh. Okay, so here you have to know about history. History of recent past. What happened? So what is the reason behind political instability? So tell me, what is the reason behind this political instability? Okay, it is about reservation. So reservation regarding people who participated in this 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War. Okay, so if you know this background, then we can move on to present article. So here this article is saying that despite of political instability, it is not affecting migrants who are coming from Bangladesh to India. So this is the report which is saying about that. Okay, now let us see in detail what exactly this article is saying and why there is less number of these illegal migrants who are coming to India and what is the role played by border security force. What is this border security force? Tell me the forces which are bordering different countries border in India, with India. So India and China is bordered by Indo-Tibetan Border Police Force. India, Pakistan, BSF. India, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh is BSF. India, Myanmar, India, Bhutan, India, Nepal, no idea. So in internal security, you will be coming across this, and even international relations also, maybe sir will be discussing about this. It is very, very important. You have to know about which part of our country is bordered by which. Okay. Yeah, let us see this article. Despite the political turmoil in Bangladesh, following Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina's departure to India, the data reveals that there has not been a significant increase in the interception of undocumented individuals. So undocumented individuals means I'm talking about whom? Illegal migrants or refugees? Illegal migrants. So this article is saying that there is no relationship between the political turmoil in Bangladesh and as well as illegal migrants who are entering into India. So from August 5th to November 27th, just there are 1393 individuals, they are apprehended, they came. But if you are comparing with the previous figures, it is very less. When you are comparing with the earlier years, the number of illegal migrants is less when we are comparing with this time period, August to November this year. Because we have border security force. So border security force is maintaining a proper vigilance across this India-Bangladesh border. So because of this, there is no mass movements of people into India. Okay, now let us see the key points that you have to remember. The first one is political stability versus border security. So here this data is saying that there is absence of spike, that means increasing of interception suggests that the political stability may not necessarily related to this increased migration. Okay, so here apart from that political instability, there may be other reasons also which are related to this migration. So what is the meaning of migration? Moving of people. So types of migration. Apart from the migration which is happening in our country, so if the migration is happening between two countries, what is this called as? International migration. So this international migration is happening in case of India and Bangladesh. So actually not only the political stability is one of the important reason, but can you tell me what are the reasons for migration between the countries? So why Indians are migrating to US or Europe? Education opportunities next. Employment opportunities, tours. Next. Next. Okay, to earn wealth, that comes under job opportunities. Okay, increasing of standard of living. Next. Other important reasons. Okay, tell me what is the reason for illegal migration then? Illegal migration. Okay, fear of? So what are the reasons for illegal migration? Okay, warlike conditions. Okay, next. Reason. Okay, natural disasters. Very good. Natural disasters, wars. Next. Any ethnic violence, genocides. Next. Communal violence. So these are all the some important reasons for this internal migration, that is illegal migration. So actually this article is saying that political stability is not the reason, but here we are maintaining proper border management by India. So this is one of the important reason we control number of people who are entering into India. And next one here is the interception numbers from the previous years reveals that there is a fluctuating patterns. So the current situation is not unprecedented, which may mitigate the fears of sudden influx. So actually we used to have a lot of fear that if something is happening in the neighboring country, there will be increasing of illegal migrants, refugees, etc. So this data is saying that we don't need to have that fear of sudden influx of this illegal migrants into India. And next one here is BSF is taking some proactive actions, and it is mainly committed to the national security, and even it well prepared for this potential crisis. So that is a thing which we had like proud to say that how we control this illegal migration. And next one here is the reports are saying that especially minority people in this Bangladesh, they are having fear regarding their safety, and even now there is less number of people who are moving out of this country, means not only because of political instability, but even they don't have proper resources to come out. So we can understand that these vulnerable people, especially minority groups, they are not coming out of their country as illegal migrants because even they don't have the resources to migrate from that place to another place. And next one here is historical context. So we have to see like how these migrant patterns they are having from 1971 liberation war itself, and how the trend is there. Okay, so that is one important thing that you have to remember so that we can understand economic and social conditions of the people of Bangladesh. And here this article is saying that we need to come up with a future proper border policies so that we can handle this undocumented migration of the people, so that we can ensure proper vigilance across this border. Okay, so here you have to understand how India historically treated refugees. So, do India sign any refugee convention? No, right? So, then how India is handling these refugees from ancient period, medieval period, modern period, and post-independent period? You have to know that history. So, if you see the ancient period, so ancient period onwards, we have India is very much famous for long-standing tradition of giving asylum for these refugees. For example, Jews found refuge in India during ancient period, that is before Christ itself, and even during medieval and modern period. So India gave refuge for these Zoroastrians. And next one here is during this partition of India during 1947. So across this India Pakistan, that is West Pakistan region, so more than 13 to 15 millions of people, the cross border movements that happened at that time. So for that people also India gave this asylum. And next one is from 20th century onwards, India supported East Bengalis, especially during this 1971 Bangladesh Liberation War, and even till today also we are providing asylum for these refugees of Tibetans, Sri Lankan Tamils, Nepalis, Afghans, and even recent Rohingyas from which country? Rohingyas from Myanmar. Okay, so this is about the history of India's refugees. Okay, see this article. Society will perish if population growth rate falls below 2.1. 2.1. What is this article? What is this number 2.1? Society will perish if population growth rate. TFR? Yes. Okay, so this article is talking about population growth rate. So what is happening in India now? TFR is increasing or not? What is TFR? TFR is total fertility rate. Total fertility rate is nothing but in a reproductive age, how many children will be given birth by a woman is called as TFR. So on average in India, TFR is 2.1. That means a single woman will be giving birth to 2 child. Okay, that is TFR. So this article is saying that if this TFR is decreased, then what happened? Can we sustain? Can a society form? So what is the meaning of society? Society is nothing but group of people. If people are decreasing, for example, if TFR is decreasing, what happen? There will be increasing of old age people. So will these old age people live forever? Whether they are immortal? No, right? So they will be dying at a certain age. So what is the life expectancy in India? 69 or 7? Okay, so after that, so it's a life expectancy period, these people will be dying. Then what about the next generation? If the TFR is low, there will be no next generation, right? So because of this, this article is saying that we have to maintain good number of TFR. So women need to give birth to more than 2 people. So now, especially states like Tamil Nadu and as well as Andhra Pradesh, they are focusing on increasing of TFR. If you see the location of those states, whether they are part of South India or North India, South India. So you can understand that TFR is high in North India and TFR is becoming low in South India. So this is the cause of concern of the South Indian people. So there may be the collapsing of society if we are not focusing on maintaining of good TFR rate. Okay, now can you tell me why this TFR is decreasing in South India? What are the reasons? Okay, so in South India we have more literacy rate. Next, apart from this, even we are having very good healthcare facilities, so that we are delaying planning of pregnancy. Next, even there is more women empowerment. So whenever women empowerment is there, so they will sit in house to take care of children? No. Next, what are the other reasons contributing for this low TFR? And even there will be increasing of economic burden on the families if they are going for more number of children, for raising them, for education, for health, everything. Next, other important reasons. On society is going on, tell me. Did sir discussed about something regarding this? No? Tell me. Sir yesterday was discussing about rural areas. Okay, tell me about rural areas and urban areas. In which areas we have high TFR? Rural areas. Why? Women empowerment is low. Okay, you have to see what are the reasons for very low TFR in the South India when we compare with that of North India. And because of low TFR, what will be the impact, guys? What will be the impact? First, what happens for the economic growth of that state? Whenever TFR is low, we can say there is increasing of old age people. Whenever old age people is increasing, whether it will be burden on government or not. Yes, there will be increased need for socio-economic schemes or social service schemes like giving of pensions or else food, everything, and even there will be increasing of healthcare burden on the states. And next, yes, Indian GDP will be decreased because these old age people are dependents. They will not come under working age population. There will be decreasing of demographic dividend in this South Indian states. Next. So if they want to get the labor, do these states will be getting labor? No. They have to depend upon the other countries to bring the labor. So that is the condition which is faced by now present Japan. Okay, they are having very high rate of old age population in Japan compared to the working age people, and now it depends upon the different countries like India for the working age people. Okay, so you have to see this, that's it. And see this article. 40 years after Bhopal gas tragedy, Union Carbide's toxic waste yet to be removed. So what is this article talking about? Have you heard about this Bhopal gas tragedy? Yeah, where? In which subject? Disaster management. So tell me types of disasters. How many types of disasters are there? Natural disaster and artificial or man-made. So can you tell me examples of man-made disaster? Nuclear disaster, Vilasa directly gave the titles like climate change disaster, nuclear disaster, industrial disaster, chemical disaster. So whether this Bhopal gas tragedy comes under which kind of disaster? Chemical disaster, Bhopal gas tragedy. Okay, so do you remember in which year this had happened? Not 90s. 1970. You have to remember the date. 1960s or 70s? It is around 60s. It is in 1964, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So actually, here this article is relevant to your disaster management, which comes under GS paper 3. So what is the reason behind this tragedy? What is the chemical which released? Methyl isocyanate. So this Bhopal gas tragedy is related to which kind of company? So this company is manufacturing which product? Fertilizers. Okay, so in fertilizers, this isocyanate is one of the important components that will be used. But what happened at that time around 1:30 or 2 p.m. in the night, or sorry, 2 a.m. in the night, suddenly the gas had been leaked from a storage vessel. And people didn't notice that. Suddenly what happened, it had been spread at a very faster pace, and people, they didn't get any warning regarding this leak. And even people, they don't have any information regarding what preventive measures they have to use. So just if they are keeping a wet cloth on their face, they would not have any impact, but they don't know that. So because of this lack of preventive measures, many people, they had been died. And even till now, after 40 years also, the people having impact, there is groundwater contamination, and even there is mal abnormalities in the fetus who are carrying this pregnancy in the woman, and even they are having mental retardedness, every possible side effects. Even after this 40 years also, they are facing. So the reason behind this is, what are the contaminated soil, what are the contaminated groundwater are there. So even today they didn't remove that. So there is no waste management or this contamination management which happened in this region to even today. So because of this, even today, the people who are affected because of this Bhopal gas tragedy, they are fighting for compensation and they are fighting for removal of the contaminants. But government is not taking any steps regarding this. So this is the thing which mainly said in this article. Okay, so say this once. So 40 years after Bhopal gas tragedy, Union Carbide's toxic waste remains, they are largely unaddressed. And despite of 126 crore allocation for this disposal of 337 tons, you can see how much amount of the contamination that happened. 337 tons of waste has to be removed in this site. So here it also estimated that 11 lakh tons of contaminated soil and even other hazardous material, they continuously posing threat to the people. So because of this waste which is present there, obviously whatever the groundwater it is generated, so it is getting contaminated, and that groundwater is consumed by the people. Again, this issue which is going on, carrying on to generations as well. Okay, now court orders and government recommended that we have to remove that, but even administrative authorities are not taking any steps. They are ignoring the orders which is given by courts. So because of this, now it is raising a lot of concern regarding public health and as well as maintaining of environment safety. Okay, now let us see here. So whenever we are not disposing the toxic material, what will be happen? Can we ensure right to life? Can we ensure right to clean environment, which is part of Article 21? No, there is environmental injustice which is happening because of administrative negligence. Okay, which is affecting especially marginalized communities. So rich people, they will be leaving or they will be vacating that place. It will be not at all problem for the rich people, but poor people who are not having resources, they will be staying in that place. Obviously, they will be getting more affected. And next one is groundwater contamination leads to severe public health implications. So they will be using the same water for agriculture, so that the bioaccumulation, biomagnification will be continuing, right? So because of this, it will be having a severe impact. So here we need to take some immediate efforts to remove this contaminated soil and water. And next one here is, there is lack of enforcement of court order, which says that there is lack of accountability, there is lack of enforceability. So we don't know whom to make accountable for this disaster, whom to be make accountable for removal of this waste. And next one here is financial allocation already had been done, but even after even funding also they are not taking effective steps for effective waste management. And because of this unaddressed toxic material, it is also raising concerns about long-term environmental impacts. And here we need to take some immediate actions to prevent the pollution. And next one is here we need to take some comprehensive assessments. And here you will be getting a case study like you are recently admitted as a new IAS officer in that Bhopal gas tragedy area. So there are some reports which are submitted by the people that they are not getting compensation, or like they are having contamination of groundwater. It is having impact on their future generations. So even though despite of allocation of funds, administration is not taking the proper steps to go for decontamination. So as a district magistrate, how can you ensure effective public service delivery? Or like what are the options you are having? So which option you will be choosing? So in this way also you can get a case study because it is in news. Okay. Yeah, next article say this center working on national policy document on female labor force participation. So tell me what is happening in this female labor force participation, whether there are high number of women or low number of women. Low number of women. Can you tell me what is this periodic labor force survey data regarding women participation in labor force? How much? 30, 35 or 37? 37%. 37% of female labor force participation is there according to periodic labor force participation survey. So actually this article is saying that women after getting married there is decreased participation. So tell me what are the reasons behind this less women participation after marriage? In-laws. Husbands are not supporting. Next. Come on. Feminist, come on. Uh, uh, Caring on wife for what? Is that a caring on wife? Not to participate and not to get burdened. But she has to do work from morning to night. But he will be not taking care on that way. He will be not cleaning the dishes. He will be not washing the clothes. He will be not changing the diapers of the kid. Why? There he will be not caring the wife. Then tell me. Come on. Huh? Uh. Come on, tell me what is the reason? Because of patriarchal society. What is this patriarchal society? That is male dominant society. Okay, so in anthropology, I want to discuss one important thing like after getting married, women will be having some symbols to identify that person is married. But why not for male? Yes, okay, I will be telling some examples like sindoor, like the rings, like Mangal Sutra. But why there is no symbols for male? For another marriage? Discrimination. No loyalty. Next. So this article is talking about that thing. So this article especially saying that after marriage, employment rate is decreasing in women. So government want to address a policy regarding increasing of participation of women after marriage. Okay, so here this article is saying that Indian government is preparing for a national policy, and this policy is focusing on improving of female labor force participation, particularly addressing the significant drop in employment rates for women post marriage. Okay, so this is the thing, and actually government wants to focus on viable care economy because after marriage women will be getting burdened with the care that is to provide care for the children or providing care for the elderly, everything. So if government is focusing on viable care economy and if government is focusing on enhancing of child care facilities, obviously there will be increasing of women participation after the marriage. So on these areas government need to focus. Okay, that is the thing. If I talk, I will be becoming like a feminist and you'll be thinking like man is something negative. No, I don't want to see that. Okay, see this article. New HIV infections declined 44% in 2023. AIDS related deaths go down 79%. So what is this HIV? Human immunodeficiency virus. This virus causes which disease? AIDS. HIV is a virus which causes AIDS. AIDS is a disease. HIV is not a disease. Okay. So what is the full form of AIDS? A for acquired immunodeficiency syndrome. So actually after once this HIV is entering into the body, it will be weakening the immune system of the body. So whenever your immune system is weakened, so it will be very easy to invite different diseases into the body. So here, because of entering of this HIV virus, your immunity will be decreased and you will be getting different kinds of diseases that will lead to decreasing of life expectancy. That happens in this HIV. Okay, so HIV is sexually transmitted disease. So you have to know about through which routes this HIV will be transmitted. So do you know about using of same syringe for the two patients? Earlier we used to have, right? So because of that also, especially through bread, through semen and what are the body fluids all there. So because of that, it will be get easily transmitted. So why this HIV is in news? Because yesterday December 1st, it is AIDS day. Okay. Yeah, see this article. Tell me. Yeah, this article. Research security shows to be a national priority. So what is this article? It is talking about research and development in our country. So why this research and development is important? What is the target of India? To become developed country by 2047. What is that concept is called as? Viksit Bharat. Okay, so this article is saying that India is aiming to become a developed country by 2047. So if you want to achieve this target, we have to give the priority for research and development. But whatever the priority which is given by the government in this research and development, it is very, very low. And what are the spending we are doing for this research and development, it is very minimal. So with this minimal spending, we can't achieve this target of developed country by 2047. So this is the thing which mainly said. So this article is saying that we need to increase investment in technologies. Especially we need to also focus on cyber security and we have to develop technologies which are against the cyber security because of increasing of science and technology, obviously we are having increased threat of cyber security attacks. So whenever we are having increased threat of cyber security, can we ensure security of our people? No. So here we have to focus on a good firewall which will be maintained national security against data. So this is the thing which mainly said. And now here policy makers, they need to strengthen our research security and we have to protect our sensitive information and we have to protect our infrastructure and we have to learn from global examples like how they are maintaining against research breaches. Okay, so here this article is saying that we have to focus on improving of technologies like AI and we have to improve technologies like cyber security, etc. And we need to have the proper research security measures and we have to increase our investment in this R&D. And next important one here is there is evolving of global dynamics happening, especially there is increasing of concerns from China. And if we are going for any collaborations with other countries, there is also a threat of espionage. What is this espionage? That is nothing but leaking of information regarding this. So we need to prevent this kind of espionages regarding the theft of sensitive information. And even we have to learn from the international practices like US, they are using CHIPS Act and Canada also have its own guidelines regarding preventing of espionage of research articles. So we have to also come up with kind of comprehensive research security frameworks. Okay, and even there are different institutional vulnerabilities are there, like they don't have proper security as well, like they will be not using softwares so that they will be addressing this security breach. So India needs to focus on coming up of this kind of firewalls, etc. Okay, so that is the thing. And there is also one more article which is there, that is about NCDs. What is this NCDs? Non-communicable disease. So what is the meaning of non-communicable disease? Okay, those diseases cannot be transmitted from one person to another person through communication, like talking, like hugging, or sharing the clothes, or sharing the utensils, or handshake, etc. If you're doing any things regarding communicating with each other, so there will be no transmission of disease. So can you tell me some examples of this NCDs? Cancer, hypertension, diabetes mellitus, liver disease, kidney disease, heart disease, what are the disease? Yes, that is non-communicable disease. Okay, so actually this article is saying that especially Indian cities, in urban areas, there is changing of lifestyle of people. There is no proper physical exercise. So there is increasing of burden. So because of this, what are the steps can be taken? Tell me, how can we control this NCDs in the people? In earlier articles, we discussed this. Tell me. Okay, regular exercise, healthy lifestyle, food patterns to be changed. No need of taking this junk foods, oil foods. Especially we have to control this fatty acids. Next, no need to eat chicken. Why? Chicken, everyone will die, especially me, if you say no to eat chicken. Next. Okay, like that you have to see what are the steps can be taken to decrease this spread of or like increasing of incidence of this NCDs in urban areas. Okay. So just see this PDF one so that you will be getting some idea. So time is up. So that's all guys. Thank you so much for watching this class. And if you like this class, please hit the like button and please do share this class to your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to Rathods IS Academy.